Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depending on where you are in this world, God bless you. This is Gloria White coming to you from Utah, USA. Today we're going to continue in the Greek Septuagint, and we are in the book of Zacariah, chapter 8. Then when we finish this, we will go over to the King James Version and read Zacariah, chapter 8. And the word of the Lord Almighty came, saying, Thus saith the Lord Almighty, I have been jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with great jealousy, and I have been jealous for her with great fury. Thus saith the Lord, I will return to Zion and dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a true city, and the mountain of the Lord Almighty a holy mountain. Thus saith the Lord Almighty, There shall yet dwell old men and old women in the streets of Jerusalem, everyone holding his staff in his hand for age. And the broad places of the city shall be filled with boys and girls, playing in the streets thereof. This is God. This is God. When He imagines something, He can just make it happen. And here's what He's imagining for Israel. Thus saith the Lord Almighty, If it shall be impossible in the sight of the remnant of this people in those days, shall it also be impossible in my sight? Saith the Lord Almighty. Thus saith the Lord Almighty, Behold, I will save my people from the east country and the west country, and I will bring them in and cause them to dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. And they shall be to me a people, and I will be to them a God, in truth and in righteousness. Thus saith the Lord Almighty, Let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days these words out of the mouth of the prophets, from the day that the house of the Lord Almighty was founded, and from the time that the temple was built. For before those days the wages of men could not be profitable, and there could be no hire of cattle. There could be no peace by reason of the affliction to him that went out, or to him that came in. For I would have let loose all men, every one against his neighbor. But now I will not do to the remnant of this people according to the former days, saith the Lord Almighty. But I will shew peace, and the vine shall yield her fruit, and the land shall yield her produce, and the heaven shall give its due. And I will give an inheritance all these things to the remnant of my people. And it shall come to pass, as ye were a curse among the nations, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Be of good courage, and strengthen your hands. For thus saith the Lord Almighty, As I took counsel to afflict you, when your fathers provoked me, saith the Lord Almighty, and I repented not, so have I prepared and taken counsel in these days to do good to Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Be ye of good courage. These are the things which ye shall do. Speak truth every one with his neighbor. Judge truth in peace, peaceable judgment in your gates. And let none of you devise evil in his heart against his neighbor. And love not a false oath. For all these things I hate, saith the Lord Almighty. And the word of the Lord Almighty came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord Almighty, the 4th fast, and the 5th fast, and the 7th fast, and the 10th fast shall be to the house of Judah for joy and gladness, and for good feast. and ye shall rejoice, and love ye the truth and peace. Thus saith the Lord Almighty, Yet shall many people come, and the inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitants of 5 cities shall come together to one city, saying, Let us go to make supplication to the Lord, to seek the face of the Lord Almighty. I will go also, and many peoples and many nations shall come to seek earnestly the face of the Lord Almighty in Jerusalem, and to obtain favor of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Almighty, In those days my word shall be fulfilled, if 10 men of all the languages of the nations should take hold, even take hold of the hem of a Jew, saying, We will go with thee, for we have heard that God is with you. It's so wonderful, isn't it? Think about, when you were kids, and boys, I know you played with the girls, and you guys, made like little houses and set up people and played pretend. Well, this is for real. God said there's going to be the old men and old women in the street, and they're going to be walking around with their canes, and there's going to be young boys and girls playing in the streets. There's going to be food. His crops are going to grow, and the dew from heaven's going to water them. And it's going to be wonderful. And he's going to be their God, and they're going to be his people. And he's going to love them. And he's going to expect them to keep those things that he said to do. To treat each other right. To be good to one another. To not be a liar or a bearer of false witness. It's like playing house or something, that you see God, how much he loves his people. How even though he gets so angry with them, and his jealousy just gets out of control because he's so zealous for the people. And he punishes them when they won't listen, like any good father would when they see their child going wrong. But then his tender kindness, his loving kindness, his mercy, it just pours out like rivers of water. He's going to pour those beautiful waters out on us. He promised. The water that flows from his throne. The beautiful, beautiful river. Yeah, you know that song. I don't want to sing anymore. I'll get a strike. I've had enough strikes. Anyway, let's go over to the King James Version and read it there. Just, I can imagine God, with his children. A father playing house with his children. Okay, you're gonna build houses, and you're gonna grow to be old and walk around the streets, aged. You're gonna live long lives, and there's gonna be young children. Your grandchildren will be running around in the streets, and there's gonna be plenty to eat, and your crops will grow, and everything's gonna be wonderful. That's how much he loves. That's how much he loves. He loves so much, so deeply. But there are things he is not going to put up with. Keep that in mind. He's not playing. All right, here we are in the King James Version of the Holy Bible, and we are in chapter 7. And it came to pass in the 4th year of King Darius that the word of the Lord came unto Zacariah in the 4th day of the 9th month, even in Chesleu, when they had sent unto the house of Sherezer and Regem-melech and their men to pray before the Lord, and to speak unto the priests which were in the house of the Lord of hosts, and to the prophets, saying, Should I weep in the 5th month, separating myself as I have done these so many years? Then came the word of the Lord of hosts unto me, saying, Speak unto the people of the land and to the priests, saying, Ye have fasted and mourned. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm reading chapter 7. I'm like, this isn't right. Excuse me. Chapter 8. Again the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous, and here it is translated into zealous. I was zealous for Zion with great zealousy, and I was zealous for her with great fury or fervor. Thus saith the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, There shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age, meaning being very old. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls, playing in the streets thereof. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, If it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes? Saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, in truth and in righteousness. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets which were in the day that the foundation of the house of the Lord of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in, because of the affliction. For I set all men every one against his neighbor. But now I will not be unto the residue of this people as in the former days, saith the Lord of hosts. You can see his heart softening. For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give her dew, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all these things. And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, As I thought to punish you, when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith the Lord of the host, and I repented not, so again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath, for all these things that I hate, saith the Lord. And the word of the Lord of hosts came unto me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, The fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th month, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th, shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness, and cheerful feast. Therefore love the truth and peace. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord, and to seek the Lord of hosts. I will go also. Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass, that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt or sleeve of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you. Do you know what time you're in? Answer down below. What time is this when he's saying that this is going to happen? Answer down below. And as always, I love you.